This past 4 or 5 days has been absolutely wild, and mainly due to the fact that former President Donald Trump avoided, catastrophe. This could have been a whole lot worse. It could have gone down this whole other road that I don't think we want to really experience in the US, and it could have been disastrous even for the crypto industry, but the opposite actually happened. And what's fascinating about this is it's actually given some levity to the market. We've been facing a lot of liquidations over the past few months, and it's really pushed crypto down into a bottomless pit, into a dark place. It made it really hard for investors to find a justification for where we're going next. And then this happens to former President Trump, and thank God he's okay, by the way. And it creates this, sense of possibility that he is going to have to win in November. And, that sense is starting to reverberate throughout the market, and you're seeing it very much so in crypto. Now, the reason why you're seeing it in crypto is because Trump has kind of pivoted and positioned himself as a very pro-crypto candidate. With the exception of RFK Jr., the Biden-Harris campaign is very much against crypto. They've been like that. The Democrats are very anti-crypto, but Republicans have kind of taken a more pro-crypto stance over the last couple of years, and Trump has gone from not really caring about Bitcoin to being all for it. And again, what's fascinating is that now that there's this expectation that he must win in November because he's God's chosen candidate, because of this attempt on his life, he's going to become more emboldened, more popular. I think there's a lot of truth to that. And I do think that the odds of him winning are much higher. And because he's the pro-crypto candidate, it's pushing a lot of the narrative again that, crypto is going to get the relief it needs probably in 2025. So with all the liquidations that have taken place, with the Mt. Gox sell-off, Germany selling off, with the US having unloaded crypto over the first part of this year, and a lot of other people probably taking profits since we had a little bit of a run up the first 3 months of 2024, things are starting to change pace again and very rapidly. And this is kind of expected, right? So, what else is kind of pushing the crypto market? And Trump has gotten a little bit more vocal over the past few days on crypto as well. And I think he's still speaking at the crypto event, and that'll be very fascinating. But I came across this article, wanted to share it real quick with you guys. So as always, I'm going to go through this real quick, and then I'll give you my synopsis at the end. But Trump has said that the US must lead in crypto, must lead with Bitcoin, must lead with mining, with blockchain, with fintech, but primarily because he wants America to be the place to go for crypto. That makes sense. But he's also saying now that the US must lead in crypto to avoid BRICS taking over this industry. China is about to potentially open those floodgates again. Their economy is bigger than the US at this point. They have Brazil, India, Russia, the African continent kind of under their belt. And it's going to draw a lot of attention towards crypto. And I think that's their opportunity to get into it. And so the US has been a leader in the space for a while. And if the US pushes itself out, that creates a problem. So he wants the US to position itself again as a very strong proponent for crypto and for that innovation. And in this article, just on Watch Your Guru, briefly kind of talks about his stance on this, where Trump said that, again, he wants the US to become more of a crypto leader, outpacing China in the BRICS alliance. And amid his re-election campaign, he has pointed out the importance that digital assets will play on a global scale. You're seeing this more across the financial industry, and with a lot of the biggest financial asset managers, hedge funds, companies in the world, especially in the US, leading in the world, wanting to continuously push this narrative. Digital assets will be incredibly important. Tokenization will be incredibly important. So in a wide-ranging interview with Bloomberg, Trump noted that cryptocurrencies are a vital battleground, for geopolitics. Specifically, he said the country must not concede that ground to China. His sentiments certainly point to a candidate who is focused on implementing crypto in US policies. Obviously, 2024 has been a massive year for crypto and has seen Bitcoin go to getting its first crypto-based ETF. Ethereum is going to have one trading relatively soon, probably Solana as well, either in 2024 or 2025. It's been a key topic in the presidential race in the US and has been a really crucial point for candidates to get behind, as that, more people in the US are trading and holding crypto. They want financial freedom. That's big base. It's almost a third of the US that's really interested in crypto, and a slightly smaller amount that is actually in it. And that's only going to continue to grow. And so that's going to be a huge point for voting come November. So it's smart that he's getting on that train. And I think he has a bit more of an understanding of it. Trump is one of those people that surrounds himself with people that really understand the space, right? And that understand different industries, and he takes in feedback from different people before he kind of makes a decision. He's also very well known for changing his opinions over time as well. And I think we're starting to see that, because in his 2016 run, he wasn't very pro Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was, kind of still a baby at that point. And then after he won, things kind of took off, more people got into the space. I think now that institutions are in to crypto, and, best buddies with Elon, giving him $45 million a month until November, also being very pro fintech, crypto, blockchain. I think that some of those things weigh over time. And I think he's changed his mentality based on all of these things and all these people around him. And that makes sense. And he's a very intelligent guy. And I think that he's rounding out his opinion on crypto a little bit more and more. He's very pro dollar still, but I think he's a little bit more in favor of Bitcoin and crypto just because it stands for financial freedom. And that's kind of a US trait, a US characteristic, right? So I find this very interesting. Obviously, BRICS is now kind of being tossed into the pile here on another reason for why he believes the US should lead in crypto. I think it makes sense. I think it's also, a viable concern that we have to keep in mind, because it's not that BRICS would hurt the crypto industry, but, going down the line, these are countries, this is an alliance of countries that have a very different outlook on crypto. And if they control the industry, that might not be beneficial. So we have to keep those things in mind. This is very fascinating news. So let me know what you guys think about this, especially with what's going on around the presidential campaign and Trump and crypto, and how it's becoming such a big point getting factored in. So comment your thoughts down below, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. Talk to you on the next video. Cheers.